I think there's something appealing about when men sing about a vulnerability.
Do you still remember where you wrote that song?
It was written all over the place. I remember writing bits of it on a keyboard in Harrow, where I used to live. I remember writing that, the actual, and I'm a little bit lost without you. Then the other bits that was written before, I think, before we released the first album, that one, that actual little phrase. And then it took another, probably 2 years to find a verse that fits it. And then maybe another year to get like the second part of the chorus. And then once I had that, then it took ages to get like a proper lyric that fitted everything. And so it's one of those songs that it's kind of weird. It had lots of bits pieced together, and it was something which I've got 5 or 6 songs like that, where I've got this amazing section, which I know is going to be a hit. If I can get the other bits to get it, and there's like 5 or 6 songs, and I try it every time I pick up, I look through my list of songs, I'll try it, and I'll try and come up with something, and I won't do it, and I'll give up, and and I've always got that there, and that was one of those songs on that list, and then eventually just sort of powered through, and it all fit together nicely.
Why did that phrase, I'm a little bit lost without you, kept in your head for so long? What was so intriguing or maybe important in it that you wanted to...
I don't know. I think. Well, I do. I think as a lyric, it's very honest. Like it's quite when. I think there's something appealing about when men sing about a vulnerability in a pop song. I think it always works quite well because it's one of those things which as a man, you don't usually open up to. You don't ever sort of admit a vulnerability, and so I think people like it when you sing about it. It's like an outlet for it, whether as a man listening to it, and I think girls like listening to that as well. As a lyric, I think it works well because it just scans really well, and so it just sounds really nice. It could be whatever it is, and so that's why I think that couplet works really well.
In what way do we see your vulnerable side in that song? Do you think?
By saying, someone saying, I'm lost without you, I'm a mess inside, and I think that's the, it's, what I like about the song as well, I tried to write like an I will survive kind of lyric. That was my aim with the album. Well, the one thing which I wanted was to have the song, everything to be fun, and upbeat, and not upbeat, and positive. Yeah, and so like This Ain't a Love Song is kind of like my I Will Survive, and it's about going through a horrific breakup, but then getting to that point where you can see that everything's going to be okay, and that's really what that song's about. And I think, when the strings come in at the end and it
always does.
Yeah, I think it's about getting through a breakup and seeing it's all going to be good. So. Yeah, no, I'm really proud of that song. I think it's one of our best.
Number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you too. When was the first time? Because he just tells that this song was there for ages. But what was the first time that you heard the complete song?
When was that?
We got it as demos. It's on the top. And I've obviously. Yeah.
We played it before.
Yeah, I've played it before and I've heard bits of it in other songs that we've done. Where obviously we played these other songs before, and you play it together. That reminds me of this song. And that was kind of when we first heard it. Yeah, it was,
probably years before. Like that bit, there would have been that bit in the song.
There was another
before
section.
We did, and then another section would have been in another song, and maybe putting them together.
They all come from amalgamation of lots of songs. But when obviously when you got 50 songs, you can take that down and make 20 out of them, and very good.
Yeah. No, once we recorded it, every time I hear the string line, it just makes me just.
There's no strings in it, is there?
Not in the demo.
Yeah, everybody wants to be on TV, and how much is that album actually inspired on maybe your previous tour? Because a large part is maybe written, I guess, on the tour you did after your debut album was released.
Yeah, I suppose. We've been on lots of TV programs, haven't we?
Yeah. It's always quite weird seeing yourself on telly.
Yeah. Especially doing some of the shows which you've grown up watching.
Yeah.
You know, even like breakfast TV or, there's few and few outlets for live music on telly, in the UK, and so we've done a lot of the ones which you can do.